Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Gurudev online classes. In this previous classes, we have seen many information about meaning of history and what is the importance or what is the role of history in our day-to-day life. Then we also learnt about some of the primary sources like coins and pottery, then a monument as well as a manuscript. These are all information we have learned in the previous class, isn't it? As today class we shall move on next very important primary source, that is inscriptions and artifacts and about archaeologists. Okay, yes, let's we can see more over about the inscriptions. Yes, my dear students, inscriptions are another important source of primary sources. It means inscription. It means an inscription is a something written on a relatively hard surface like stone or metal. That is called as inscriptions. Okay, yes, what is inscription? An inscription is a something written on a relatively hard surface like stone or metal. Yes, my dear students, these inscriptions are all about some of the memories of fought between a emperor to emperor. Okay, for example, Ashoka. As Ashoka was a Mauryan emperor, as he was a famous historical emperor in the Indian history. Okay, yes, and he was famous for Kalinga War. Okay, yes, my dear students, 13th Ashoka's inscription is telling all about the war of Kalinga. Okay, yes, it is that information we will get from, we can get from the inscription, that is 13th Ashoka's inscription. Okay, yes, that is all about war of Kalinga. Yes, what in the sense it is give a particular information about the war Kalinga, and it is also telling about the empire of Ashokas. Okay, then what is the culture and art in the period of Ashokas? Yes, this is all we will get through the studying of some inscription like Ashoka's inscription. Then one more is Halmidi inscription, as it is all about the Kannadigas. Okay, as it is very important to Karnataka because of it is telling about the features of Kannadigas. Yes, which one that is? That is a Halmidi inscription. Yes, rather than we have seen many inscription in Karnataka as well as in India also. As Chandravali inscription, as it is also one of the inscription in Karnataka. Okay, then Mehrauli inscription, as it is all about the Chandragupta II. Okay, yes, these are some of the examples of inscriptions. Yes, my dear students, you have observed while you entering some of the temples or some of the historical places like Hampi. Okay, yes, there is something written on hard surface in the sense that there is a rock. Okay, yes, on the rock there is some numbers, some of the years, then some of the name of emperors. Okay, these we are called as inscriptions. Okay, yes, my dear students, we can see another very important sources of history, that is primary sources, artifacts. See, in simple words, the artifacts is nothing but objects that are historical information or background. Okay, as those we call as artifacts. Okay, as in another words, artifacts are the objects like tool, pottery, coin, statues that provide important information about the past. Okay, those we call as artifacts. Yes, my dear students, see tools. See, all of you observe in the picture there is a tool. Tool is nothing but one of the material which they were using in the past time. Okay, yes, then pottery. What in the sense? Madike or pudike. Okay, yes, these tools, pottery, and coins. These are the very important sources of Harappa and Indus Valley civilization. Okay, yes, these are all are we studied by the important information about the old and very most important civilization of our country, that is Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, then Indus Valley civilization. Okay, yes, these are give an important information about our country, our state. Okay, yes, my dear students, these are all about statues. Okay, for example, you might be observed in the Kottur, there is a Gandhi circle, there is a Gandhi statue. Okay, yes, what is it is? It is on built of an honor of the person or event statue. Okay, he was a father of Indian country, so that is why they established the statue of Mahatma Gandhi ji. Okay, you know that Mahatma Gandhi ji was famous for peace. Okay, and he was famous for their principles. Okay, yes, peace and non-violence are the weapons of the Mahatma Gandhi ji. So that is why in all over the world, the October 2nd we celebrated as International Peace Day by the UNO. Okay, yes. What this is? This is give an information. Okay, very important information about the past events. Okay, yes, my dear students, what is artifacts? Artifacts are the object like tool, pottery, coins, statues that provide important information about the past. Okay, students, yes, my dear students, these artifacts and coins we have seen in different kinds of different parts of India also. Okay, yes, coins. There is a coins. Coins are very important. See, on the coins there is a period of emperor and some of the dates in the emperor. There is some of the seals and symbols of dynasties. Okay, yes, my dear students, these silver and copper and gold coins are detect from various parts of India also. Okay, for example, if in case we digging or excavating in the historical places like Ampi, okay, we will find some of the coins, but by the government there is prohibited some of the historical places because we not digging. Okay, by the permission of government we will dig. If in case we get coins, we will see or study about the important information about Vijayanagara Aras. Okay, yes, it is all about the artifacts. As my dear students, we can see more over about the archaeologists. As my dear students, archaeologists are the prominent role for every one country because of they are construct the historical events and they are also construct the past. Okay, yes, because of they are study these all the important sources. Okay, yes, can you say who are the archaeologists? See, a person who studies a life of ancient people and their culture by the excavating like object, tools, coins and statues. The persons are recorded as archaeologists. Okay, yes, who are archaeologists? A person who studies ancient people and their culture by excavating. Yes, what is mean by excavating? Excavating is nothing but digging the some historical places. Okay, there we can, if in case we can find some objects like a coin and statues and tools, then potteries, we get and collect some scientific process, that is carbon 15. By this we can analyze what is the period of that object like pottery or coin. Okay, we will study about by the process of carbon 15, as it is a very important by the scientific it is one of the important to analyze the period of the tool or any objects. Okay, yes, it is all about archaeologists. Okay, students, the archaeologists are also study about the some of the remnants of stone paintings, then some of the other bricks. Okay, as my dear students, the archaeologists are they also study about the remnants of stone, big bricks, then paintings. For example, Ajanta and Ellora. Okay, these are the very important artifacts. They are in the state of Maharashtra, in the district of Aurangabad. There is a very famous for architecture. Okay, there is a well-known art is there in the caves of Ajanta and Ellora. Okay, as my dear friends, the Ajanta and Ellora are the famous famous and attracted tourist places. Okay, yes, my dear friends, these Ajanta and Ellora were built by the emperors. Okay, as my dear students, these are the very important and very extreme sources of history. Okay, as they are archaeologists are study the remnants in the sense some of the remains. Okay, remains of any building or any site. For example, remnants of Harappa. Okay, yes, remnants of Harappa are the very important sources of Indian history. Okay, yes, what we build buildings, those are copied by the Harappa civilization. Okay, I already said about civilization and Harappa civilization, Mohenjo-daro. Then recently, what announced? Dolavira. Okay, yes, it is the 40th UNESCO site. Okay, it was announced by the UNESCO International Organization. As by this, we have to improve our economy by visiting the various type of visitors in all over the world. Okay, as my dear students, they also study about the fossils and bones of animals, fishes, birds. Okay, as how they were interacted with the animals in the past time, in the sense in the civilization time. These are all information they collected by the archaeologists. Okay, as then historians, these are the very important to study of our history of our country, our nation, or our district. Okay, students, as who are the archaeologists? A person who studies ancient people and their culture by excavating objects like tools, coins, and other objects. The person we call as archaeologists. Okay, yes, my dear friends, let's we can see very important another important sources of prime source of history, that is primary sources, that is timeline. Okay, yes, let's we can move over. We can see more over about the timeline. Okay, yes, dear students, let's we can see more over about the timeline. Okay, yes, my dear students, here timeline is also one of the very important sources of primary sources. Yes, a timeline means a pictorial presentation of historical events marked on in the right order of the dates. That is we call as a timeline. Okay, as my dear students, here the word pictorial, pict means picture. Okay, as it is explain or give information through the picture. Okay, through the picture it will be give an information about the past events through the dates. Okay, students, yes, what is timeline? A timeline is a pictorial presentation of historical events marked on in a right order of a dates. That is we call as timeline. Here pictorial means picture. Through the picture it is give exact information along with the dates and through the pictures what happened in the earlier days. Okay, yes, here my dear students, historical highlights are there. Okay, yes, before we enter the historical highlights, see, the timeline is very important thing to study the history. Okay, yes, my dear students, it is help us to track the very important events along with the date wise. For example, you make your own timeline. Okay, as your first birthday, second birthday, third birthday, like that. Okay, as in your home, you will make a chart. Okay, you make a timeline along with the pictures, along with your photos by year of your birthday. Okay, as one by one you make a chart. Okay, students. Yes, my dear students, here there is a one of the very good example for that, that is historical highlights, as it is one of the timeline. Okay, what happened in the country of India. Okay, yes, all of you observe here. Yes, all of you observe in the picture. Okay, yes, here first one, Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. Then the Vedas are formed or composed. Then Gautama Buddha in the year of before Common Era, 563 to 483. Then Ashoka's rule. Okay, as here it is a base. Okay, as it is a base or starting point. As my dear students, what is BCE and CE? These are very important while we calculating the year. Okay, as while we study the history, we must know about a common era and before common era. Okay, as it is one of the calendar system. Okay, it is a calendar system. Yes, the calendar system is, it is on the base of birth of Jesus Christ. Okay, we take as a starting point. As it is, we denoted as 0. Okay, yes, see here, CE means, okay, CE abbreviation is common era, as it is one of the calendar system before 1 year, that is we called common era. Yes, here 1492, next 1499. Okay, what happened? We will trace, we will track the information. Okay, like here for common era. Okay, yes, BCE means before common era, as it is also one of the calendar system before 1 year, that is, okay, before 1 year. As here we take as a starting point, that is birth of Jesus Christ. Okay, yes, as here all of you observe here 2500 to 1550. Okay, as in the period Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. Okay, the period was Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. As we know that Harappa and Mohenjo-daro were the very important historical sites in India. Okay, yes, these are come under the Indus Valley civilization. Okay, yes, my dear students, Mohenjo-daro is very famous for a great bath. We will study in your post-standard history part. Okay, yes, next here BCE, I already said before common era. Okay, yes, it is the calendar system before 1 year. Okay, we take as a starting point is we taken as a birth of Jesus Christ. Okay, yes, here 1000 to 500 BCE, the Vedas are composed or formed. Okay, yes, as we know that there are four important Vedas are there. Okay, those are Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda and Atharva Veda. Okay, yes, out of this Rig Veda is one of the oldest Veda. Okay, yes, then in the year of 563 to 483, Gautama Buddha. Okay, yes, in the period the famous Gautama Buddha we called as light of Asia. Okay, yes, they lived in the year of the period of 563 to 483 BCE. That is important. Okay, then 273 to 232. That is the period of Emperor Ashoka's rule and spread of Buddhism. Okay, he was one of the follower of the religion of Buddha, religion of Buddhist. Okay, yes, after Kalinga War, he is received as a Buddhism. Okay, yes, we will be learning in your higher classes. Okay, then afterwards here this is a starting point. After we will go for after 1 year. Okay, yes, that is we called as common era. Yes, in the year of 1498, Vasco da Gama was one of the Portuguese sailor. He was one of the famous Portuguese sailor. Sailor in the sense Navika. Okay. Yes, he was discovered the waterway to the India. Why? Because the Constantinople was completely closed by the Turks. Okay, so that is why they must find out the waterway, okay, to the India. Why? Because we are export and import some of the important spices, okay, spicy crabs from India to Europe. That is why the Vasco da Gama in the year of 1498 he discovered the waterway and he was reached the Calicut, okay, in the Calicut in India. Okay, yes, it is all about some of the history about Vasco da Gama. Then we will see here 1652 Common Era. There is Taj Mahal is built by Shah Jahan, who was Mughal emperor. Okay, then afterwards 1885 in modern history, Indian National Congress was formed by A.O. Hume. Okay, yes, that is 1885 Common Era. Then last one timeline is 1947 Common Era. That is India gains independence. Okay, as it is a historical. It was the historical event happened by the an Indian country. As we know that we have recently celebrated Independence Day. Okay, as on the memory of we free from the British rule. Okay, students, as on the day our Prime Minister asked the flag in red fort. Okay, as it is all about a timeline. Okay, as timeline is nothing but a pictorial representation of historical events marked in the right order of dates. That is we call as timeline. Here we already know that as it is a very good and very important timeline to study the history. Okay, yes, my dear students, it is all about today class. As what we learned today class, as we learnt about inscriptions. Okay, as inscription is an relatively on hard surface, something written on relatively on hard surface, whether it is in metal or stone. Okay, then Almighty's inscription is one of the example to inscription. Okay, then artifacts. Artifacts are the object; those are give important information about the past, like object like coins, pottery. Okay, then statues. These are some of the examples. Okay, then archaeologists. We learnt about archaeologists. Then finally, what we learnt timeline. Okay, yes, my dear students, it is about today class. We will view on next video. Okay, yes, thank you so much for watching.